Hi everybody. Before starting with the project Venom and the pack, I just want to introduce you the project Magie Factory. So this project is born 3 years ago with a team of 3 people, 3 magicians. Just behind the camera we have Benjamin Vianney. Close to me we have Théotime Martins and I am Romain Ki. So this project have two objectives: to make our own products in high quality and made in France. So we work on different products like wallet, like compact box, ring box, also business card Revolution, Benjamin Vianney product. And the last one is the Venom, is the reason why you are looking this video. And I just leave you with Théotime Martins, who will present you this product.
Hi guys, quick little talk about what you just received. These are the Venom ITR. They are not already linked together, but we're gonna see that in a moment. We have tested all the concept and all the ITR on the market, electronic, mechanicals, and we think that mechanicals ITR are the most versatile one in the market. So we develop ours, and we're gonna see that the spool is independent from the reel itself. So this is a big advantage for the versatile part of the product. A little talk about all the elements. There is a little clip here, a cap and a mechanism inside that allows you to retract the thread very smoothly, and you can change everything. As I said before, you can customize yours like you want. So you can do with one many effects, like haunted decks, whenever you want, and with a link concept, which we're gonna see, it opens you new doors and a new concept. Thank you. Another important point, your reels have a little bit of ball bearing oil on it. With this, the thread comes back more slowly. Okay, it prevents occasionally break of the thread. Okay, but it's not necessary. If you want this smoothness, we recommend to put 1 drop on the ball bearing every 5 or 6 months if you use them frequently, okay? But it's not necessary. You can try, and if you want, this is the oil. You can see it here. Okay, perfect. As you see it in the trailer, we made a partnership with Arthur Chavaudrey. He's a great guy, a great friend too, and we hope you're gonna like his great magic. Let's see it.
Hello everyone, my name is Arthur. It's not an easy name to pronounce in English. Arthur Chavaudret, and I'm a magician. I'm a magician since my 9 years old. So I started in '99, and I think I became a professional in 2009. I think this is the approximate moment I shifted into more of a professional magician. I started with a magician, French magician, maybe some of you know. His name is Jacques Delors. He's a great person, and I recommend reading his books, no matter your age, for kids and adults the same. I worked in Musée Grévin. It's a wax museum in France, where I saw a lot of people, a lot of spectators, and it's really the place where I did a lot of close-up, and I really learned what I know about audience management and the interaction with people, etc. And of course the magic also. Today I still do close-up. I still work as a close-up man. And also I'm an advisor or a consultant for other magicians and other artists. For example, for theater, sometimes they need to do magic effect to say what they want to say. So I do that also. And today I'm here to share some of the work some of the ideas I've been trying to develop during the 5 past years. And I've been going into CNAC. It's a French school of circus, a national school in Châlons-en-Champagne, and I've been meeting with people there to explain magic to them, some of what I know, for them to work in their show and to do in their shows. And I spoke to them about thread a lot and about the use of ITRs together. And it's actually with them, while teaching them what I knew, that I find new ideas. A lot of the time it was suggestion actually from them. Oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? So I want to say a special thank you to the CNAC and the student that helped me developing this tool. So quick word about the Venom ITR. I think it's a great tool. Actually, I didn't plan, or I didn't have the idea before I met Magifactory's team, and before I tried the tool. I didn't plan to publish anything about the routine and the thread, etc. And I tried the ITR. They gave me 2 of them, and I tried stuff, and it got me to the conclusion that it was a good idea to share now, and especially to join them on this project, because it's great design, and you can change everything. You can change the thread. Now we gave you a pretty big thread, almost too visible to use, maybe you think. It's a good thread to practice without breaking and being confident about your movement and not being too cautious. You can change the thread to a thinner thread if you want to work very close to people or in any lighting condition. But I like to use the big thread because I use it in a short period of time, and you have to be careful to the lighting condition as well. Always when you use thread anyway. You can change the tension by changing the rubber band inside the body of the ITR, and it doesn't seem like much, but it opens new possibilities. For example, you can get the ITR to pull itself a heavier object than before, and with the big thread, you know, the thread won't break when you change the tension. That's why we put big thread also, so you can you can use it as a pull and not only for billet, like for light objects, but for example, I saw Benjamin Vianney showed me what he does with a scarf, and you can do many things with a scarf that you can do with the classical and old design of invisible thread reel. So that's why I thought, okay, this is I have to join them because I know I will even find new effects that I can do with the old design with this particular Venom ITR. So I hope you will find yourself great new ideas and new possibilities with greater attention and good solid thread and the use of a double ITR knot together, which opens the three new characteristics really combined, open a world of new effects in thread magic. I hope you enjoy everything. Thank you. Welcome guys, here is the Venom and we're going to talk a little bit about it. We use it in the DVD and we're going to talk about how to use it combined, both ITR combined, knotted together. I show you the knot. You could use, I guess, many kinds of knot, but the one we use is like this, okay? You take both threads, okay, put them as one, and you're going to make like a simple knot, but you go many times inside like this, like 3 times for example, and it makes a triple knot that won't come off the edge of the thread. So you can test it a little bit, like taking the 2 threads and pulling, and it looks okay, and then just cut off the portion you don't want, you don't need, okay? That was a quick way of doing a knot. So it's like this, okay? Maybe I take this one so you can see. Okay. So why is this? Imagine a hookup, maybe you already know because it's already been described, where you have a reel here in your pocket, for example, and a piece of wax on one of your buttons, for example, and you could take the thread like this, but if you take the thread, the thread will actually go like this on your finger. Your finger acts as a pulley, and so you have to be kind of careful with your movement. You can do big movement or fast movement because it could break the thread. It's very fragile. So the idea of this, imagine the same hookup with 2 reels, okay, one in each pocket, for example, one here, one here. You have the same thread across your chest. You can take it the same way, but this time the thread is not moving on your finger, okay, because it's actually giving thread from this side and from this side. So you can have more natural movements. You can have and less anxiety, less fear of breaking the thread, because like this it's very difficult. It's actually kind of an effort to break the thread. You can go really, really fast and almost without thinking about it. It's like you have no thread, you just chat. And it's good because one of the biggest tells of a magician using a thread is kind of this kind of, I don't know how to say, precious, and not precious, but it's a French way to say it. Like careful, too much careful way of moving and slowly moving things around on the table and stuff. So the thread you received is kind of a strong and big thread. It's very visible, but it's the one I use when I perform. Because I always use the thread a very short period of time. I don't do effect with thread where I use it for a long period. For example, imagine Fearson's cigarette hookup. I won't use I won't use that kind of thread to do this, because you use the thread for sometimes like 30 seconds or 1 minute or 1 minute and a half, and it's too long of a time to use big thread like this. People will maybe catch it eventually. The good thing is you can change, of course, the thread inside, so you can get smaller thread if you want smaller object to move and longer use of the thread. But I use only short use of the thread in time, I mean. So I would use the big one, and I can move bigger things like half glasses of liquid, or and be very confident, and I don't have to be extra careful with not breaking the thread, etc. I am very confident, and I just have to think about the effect and being with people and laughing with them, etc. So that's it. Let's get into the work. Thank you. Welcome to the explanation part of this effect where time stop while I'm letting a ring fall. Okay, I didn't give it a name, so this is how I talk about it. We use this hookup, okay, one Venom on each side, in each pocket of your jacket. I don't have the actual Venoms on me, okay, because I use white thread, and so it's wait here, okay, wait for the thread to come back. Just ignore this, okay? This doesn't exist normally, okay, with the Venom. Only this one, okay? So this is what you have to focus on. Ignore this. The idea is to, at the beginning, to have the ring on your index finger and the thread on your thumb, okay, of the other hand. How to get the thread on the thumb, okay? I don't recommend doing this. Because if you try to be discreet, it won't work. People will see. The more you try to be discreet, the more it's visible in a way. So what I usually do is I play with the ring and I make a first vanish, the one you want, and as I take it from my pocket, I have the ring with it. And now I know it's more easy, more direct, and more discreet, actually. So the ring is on my finger. I'm going to remove it with this hand, and at the same time I'm going to put the thread on the finger, okay? So I put the thread on the finger, and important thing, on this side of the finger, of course not on this side, okay? So I put it here, I take the ring, and now I put my hand away. So I have the thread going through the ring, and my thumb is in between the two threads. Okay, it's in between. It's not here. It's here. Okay, so it's when I take it out from my finger, the thread, the thumb is actually already in between the two threads, and it just stays there. Okay, so as I pull, I have one thread going underneath it and one thread going on top of it. Okay. So I can gesture with this hand if I want to, very freely. I can try not to pull the thread and only pull the thread. Try, if you have to pull the thread, to use what is around you, maybe to do that. It gets your hand working, and it's less suspicious, and it gives less of this kind of strange movement of the hand coming apart in a strange way. So you show the ring, you have still the thumb in between the thread. As you come closer to take the ring, you're going to do how can I say, something that looks normal, but that is actually tricked in a way. What I mean is, what I'm going to do from the audience point of view is just take the ring in my hand. But if I just do it like this, I'm going to be very cautious and too cautious with my moves. And I don't want that. I want to be very confident, and I want to give the impression that I'm not thinking about anything about how I take things and how I handle the ring. Okay? So the idea is to, as I come closer, I put my pinky in between the two threads with my thumb, like this. And as I'm close enough to pretend just to take it, I'm going to let go of the ring with my left hand and spread the thread with my pinky and my thumb. Okay? And while I spread the thread, it will shoot the coin up against my index finger here. Okay? So I'm like this, I take it, I kind of pretend to take it, I really take it. But if I had to do it really, it would be more difficult than to do it using the thread. Using the thread is like very easy. And I can do it multiple times, like let it go. So yes, I explain. Sorry. The space between the thread will get the ring or falling into my hand or stopping at one point. It can stop very early if I'm like this, less early, and the more I get my finger together, and the more the thread, the ring goes down. Okay, so the idea of this effect, the process is like this: you show the ring. Sorry, you show the ring. Ah, shoot, the weight is on my lap. Okay, from the beginning. Look, check. Okay, show like this. Take. Okay. You let go. It stops. And to make it start again, you're going to close your hand before you remove this. Okay? Why? Because the normal movement when you catch something is to close your hand. Okay? If you start time again just by releasing the thread with your index, this move will get all the focus. And the audience can link this movement with the action starting again. So the idea to get into the end of the effect, to finish, to make time start again, it's better first to close the hand, then to let go this. Okay? Because the closing of the hand is a normal action when you try to catch something, and it's time starting again. And this has nothing to do. This is better. Okay, so you go first like this, and then you release the thread, and it goes back to you. Okay, I'll do it one more time for you. Okay, I take it. Oh, sorry, it's a lot of weight. Okay, I take it. Okay, I let it go. And now I close, and I'm free, Okay. So that was for the stop. With the same hookup, you can do another effect, time-related effect, where the ring seems to go back in time. You let it fall, you put your hand away, and it comes back in your hand. Okay. With the very same hookup. So I'll show you with the white thread, but I'll tell you I will have trouble because it's kind of rough and it doesn't get the ring smoothly moving on it. So I'll get into this effect later on with the actual Venom. Okay, but first let me show you the hookup. It's like this. It's the same. I would take it. I would let it fall. I would use my hand. I can move it in without taking threads and without giving threads back to the ITR, just by moving around. Okay. So the idea is, just as soon as you let it go, you put it on the table because it doesn't have anything to do anymore here. Okay. So you just let it go, and then you come back here, and as you put tension back into the thread, like this way, up with this finger, and spread the thread with the thumb and pinky. Okay, so it will give something like this. Okay, so now you see the roughness, if I can say, of the thread prevents the ring from going up to the top, and it's not smooth, it's not very beautiful. Okay, and you see the thread, of course. So I'm going to do it, but with the Venom. Let me remove that. Back to the back in time effect, but this time with the actual Venom. I have them on me. One in my inside pocket here in the jacket, and one, because I don't have inside pocket, I put it here, okay, in my shirt pocket. Okay, so we have the thread here. Okay. I didn't talk about how to transfer the thread from one hand to the other, but I can give you an example now, maybe. I have the thread like this, okay, and I can, for example, if I have to take the ring, I don't have to get my hands together to transfer the thread. I just have to put my finger inside here. It goes here, so I'm far away from this hand. I take the thread and I let go with the other hand, and now it's around my thumb. Okay, so I take this, I put it on my finger. In the same time, I grab the. I forgot to tell you two things. Maybe you'll see the thread shining. It's normal. We put light to try to make it visible, still for you. And you may hear the sound very loud of this, because I have the mic very near to both. If you were in front of me, you wouldn't hear a thing. Okay. And probably you can try with yours. Low noise. So, back to the effect. Okay, the ring is on my finger. I have the thread around my thumb. As I take the ring off my finger, I put the thread. Okay, so the thread goes on my finger. I take the ring out. I put this away. I can show this. As I come back, I put my pinky between the threads, along with my thumb. I let go of the ring, I spread the thread, I have it here. Now I let it go with the thread close to one another, so it's like normal gravity. I just move my hand out of the way, I come back and I spread them again and it comes back up. Okay, I do this, it comes back up. I can let go of the thread and now I'm clean very quickly after the effect. And it's back on me. Okay. Something I didn't talk about also, when it comes to the stop, is this. It's always more efficient and more powerful to try to start an action before it stops. Another action of the ring falling, for example, it could be freeing this hand, like let me say it another way. It's dropping the ring could be useful to you from the audience perspective to free your hand to do something, okay? And it can be a good thing to work on that, because if, for example, I say, okay, I have the ring and I need the glass, and if for everyone it's clear before I do it that I'm going to take the glass, it's when I let it go, before it stops, it's like people finish in their mind the action of me taking the glass, because it's readable in a way. It's very easy to understand. I'm going for that. Okay, I go like this. I can even speak about it, but maybe I don't have to. I go like this. I look around. I say, okay, and I go like this, and you can see my hand doesn't have the time to move out of the way. Okay, before it freezes. And what it does is, when I go like this and I go to grab it, the audience kind of finish the action before it actually takes place in their mind, and when they realize it stopped, in their mind they're already here and with my ring in my hand. It's like it's more surprising. Okay, it's not like, okay, look closely, I'm going to do something and go into the effect. It's more something of, you take this, you take this, and cha-cha. And so the nice thing in addition is, when you freeze and you go like this and you continue, maybe people will have the memory of you already going for the glass when it stops, if you don't stop for too long. So the idea is you can start actually to play with the glass during the hookup. So I show you again. I have this on my finger. As I take it, I put the thread on my finger. Now the thread goes through the ring, and instead of just pulling, you know, the weird energy in the hand, like very slow, don't do this. Go for the glass, move it out of the way, and you just spread the thread like this if you want. Okay, you can. So you can get and it get the audience attention on the glass once before you go again to it. So maybe it's good to kind of prepare things. So it's like this. Okay, and we're going to use the glass as well. Okay, look, I take the ring and I'm going to actually take the glass and I put the ring inside, etc. Okay, now I just make a knot around my ring. So a knot has been done. I didn't want. So I can show you how I do when this happens in front of people. Okay, when I'm working, maybe not when I'm kind of on stage or how do you say salon? Parlor magic. Thank you. What I do is, when I'm in close-up and it's kind of informal, I go like this. I look at the ring and I actually make another knot on top, like looking inside at the engravement or something. And then, so now I made a knot, and now I can break after my knot, and it just come back, and I still have my knot, and I still can work. Okay, so that was a happy accident. So I could show you this, but let me make a double knot just to be sure. Okay. Okay. Check. I'm good. So you can do both effects one after the other as you like maybe make a stop in time and talk a little bit and it comes back in your hand, then you're free and then you're clean. Or maybe the opposite. For example, you could show the ring, take it, make it fall, talk a little bit, it comes back in your hand, and then, oh shoot, sorry, I missed it. I do it again. It would be like this, blah 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 blah. I take it, I let it go, it comes back, it freezes, and now it's good. So you can arrange them as you please, maybe one after the other, or just one, or just the other. But I hope you have a lot of fun with it. Thank you for looking and for your attention. Je peux t'emprunter une bague?
Avec plaisir.
On va voir ça. Est-ce que tu es gaucher ou droitier?
Droitier.
Droitier. Est-ce que je peux te demander d'ouvrir ta main? Ok. Je vais juste prendre ta main et... Ouais. Bon, j'essaye. Je suis pas sûr que ça fonctionne. Non. En fait, je pense que ça marchera pas. Je reprends la bague. On va le faire avec... On va faire autre chose. Something I wanted to add concerning the stop of the time is you can do it with someone's hand, spectator's hand. I'll show you how. You can only use the lighter rings, because I need the stop to happen pretty early in the fall. Okay, I don't want it to stop too close to the spectator's hand. Okay, so please, Romain, to demonstrate. Okay, the idea is this. I do the same. I put the thread on my finger and I pull the thread through the ring. I take it like this as I ask, can you open your hand? Okay, with fingers closed. I grab his hand, kind of, with my pinky and my thumb sticking out from the sides. Okay, so he does. So the thread doesn't touch him, and I let the ring drop. Okay. Okay, let's go for here. Now, if I just remove my index finger, the thread will go across his hand and you will feel it. So the idea is, at the same time you drop here, is to let go of the pinky, and it will only go around your thumb. I'll show you how it looks like. So it's okay. I have the ring. Can you open your hand, please? Thank you. I let it go. And shoot. I try again. Okay. Like this. And now he can keep the ring. And okay. And one thing is fun to do, but it's pretty bold. It's risky, very risky, is to do like this. Please, can you open your hand? We're gonna test your reactivity, like for example. So I'm going to let go, okay? And just as soon as it goes to your hand, you just close your hand, okay? Okay, let go. Ah, no, you didn't catch it. Oh, shoot, and it make a knot again. It's the white thread, I'm sorry. Try again, okay. The idea is for them to close at this time. They realize they don't have it, they open back again, and you let go of the ring, shoot, in their hand. It's a nice timing to try to catch, like, no, yes, oh, yes. It goes, no, like this. Bold, but I invite you to try with people you can trust first. Thank you. So we're going to talk about the same effect, but this time, the time-stopping thing, but this time with heavier rings. Because if you do the same hookup that we saw already with heavy rings, it may not look as good as expected, because you need more tension to have the ring stopped approximately at the same level. Okay, and if you do it with the same hookup, it will go very low. It will stop very low, and the falling will go maybe like this or like this. It won't be straight, and it won't be as easy to get it straight. So the idea of this new hookup is it's the same hookup but upside down in a way. Let me explain. For the hookup we already saw, the middle of the thread, if I could say the middle of the thread, the center, is up, okay? Is on top, and so I let it go like this. This is what we saw, okay? With heavier ring, so now it works with an heavy ring because I have a heavy weight. But with Venom, it's not as easy as with the visible thread for this one. But, so the idea of doing it upside down is like this. As I take the ring, I put the thread in, trying not to pull, just to pull, but just rest your hand and maybe move with your body or something. Then I contact my thumb and index finger, like this. And I rotate my end, palm up. It has, it puts the thread now on my thumb, okay? And as I open my hand, I try with my pinky to catch the lower thread, okay? Like this. Now I can let go of everything, the ring and the threads, okay? And you'll see it falls almost normally, okay? Like this, like this. I can do this as many times as I want. And when I want to get into the effect, I grab like this thumb here, index and ring finger, okay? Not here, actually I grab the ring with both ring finger and thumb, and I put my index in between the thread, okay? So I go like this, I grab the ring, I put my index in between the thread, I pull everything up, and so now I have the same, almost the same hookup, but in reverse, if I can say, because the middle of the thread is now on top but on the bottom, okay, it goes up to my hand here and back into the venoms, okay? So now I let go of the heavy rings and it stops. And why it's better for heavy rings? Because now I can pinch the thread if I feel that the ring is so heavy that it actually takes some thread from this side. I don't want any distribution of threads. I want it to be very tensed and not to take threads from here or from here. I want it to be very tensed here, okay? So do it again. So go like this. I talk about the ring a little bit, blah blah blah. I open my hand, I let it fall. I let it fall. Okay, as many times as I need to. Then I take, it goes, and then I have to let go at the same time of the thumb and pinky, like this. Okay, and it would go back. So I'll show you. Like this, like this, like this. Okay, I can or keep it here, or I can just let it go. And that's the hookup with the heavy ring. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have fun with it. Thank you. Now for the explanation of the flying ring. You get your thread on your thumb and the ring on your index finger. And the same as before, as you take the ring, you put the thread on your index finger, you pull the ring like this, the thread goes through it, okay? And now, so I still have the thumb in between the two threads coming back to me. And that means, if I let go of the ring now, I will keep one thread behind my thumb, the one actually behind my thumb now, okay? And the lower one, since I'm not holding it with any finger, if I let go, the Venom ITR will pull it to the other hand, okay? In other words, the ring will fly on the upper string, pulled by the lower string, okay? So you can help the move by pulling apart your hands, by pulling them apart, okay? So it looks like this, okay? You can do it in any direction, if I can say, like going up, okay? And of course going down, okay? Maybe so going completely up, okay, like this. One of the tips I can give and more than tips, I think it's very important, is when you do the trick, when you do this and you pull the thread through the ring, this action is only meant if I do this, look, if I do this, and this, the action, the pulling action of the thread is not hidden in any way. What I mean is, when I do this, maybe the audience can think or feel after that maybe I did this only because I needed to do it in a way. It was not random. It's a process. It's a protocol. How do you say in English protocol? I don't know. But the idea is try to hide this as much as possible. Like this, for example. Not talking about the ring when you do the setup. Not go, okay, I look the ring, blah 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 blah. Even if you can, because the thread is invisible. So, but trying to disguise, if I could say, this pulling action into something else. So, for example, it can be about taking something else and putting the focus elsewhere. For example, you take the ring, say, okay, thank you, and I also need the glass. So, for example, this. And now I'm already set in a way. But for people, nothing has started. If I do my monologue inside, I go, okay, I need this, what do I need? I need this, okay, we can start. But everything is ready now. But it looks like it's just the beginning. So, now that you saw that, I'm going to remove this. Up. Okay, remove. Yes. Okay. Okay. And I still have this one. Okay, so it would go, okay, your ring, and I need this, okay? And actually, I'm going to put the ring now inside the glass for now. And it looks like the trick starts 1 second before I make it fly. Like there is no setup, in a way. It makes me think of something I heard Danny De Ortiz said with card tricks. He said, the tricks begin after the chosen card. You choose a card, you put it back, shuffle. Okay, now the trick begins. It's the same kind of idea. You have to hide the setup as much as possible by just pretending, by the way you move, that we're not into the performing part now. It's just like the setting up part, and your moves are not cautious in any way. You're very confident and normal, very natural, okay? So it's the idea. Okay, the ring, and I need this. Also, okay, and now I can do like this, and let it fall, and I'm free. Okay, so that was one tip I think is important in setting up everything. Is trying to not be during the setup in the performing mode, doing in the casual mode before performance. You set up, and now you go. Okay, look, and it goes like this. Okay, I hope you find it useful. Thank you. So for this effect, you will need both Venom, the same hookup is used, the same setting here, and the same hookup as the stopping time routine and back in time routine. It's actually very similar to the back in time routine, because if you remember, the back in time looks like this. Okay, so it's a fall and a come back. And we do the same. So I start again. The ring is on the finger. As I take the ring with this, I put the thread on my finger. I pull the thread through the ring. Okay. One other way, I talked about the thing with the glass, etc. Another way to do it discreetly, in a way, would be to do this, put your hand down and pull with this, show, and come back with both. It's kind of a hidden way to stretch the thread. It's more discreet than just going like this. Okay. So okay, I use the ring, okay, and my finger, and look, it comes back here. So what I do is, I'm here, I have my pinky and my thumb in the threads, in between the two threads, coming back to me, and I have to put here the thread very, very close to the end of my finger, almost falling, almost going away. And then I'm going to pull slightly, but quite, how do you say, very energetic, like very, very quick, not too strong, because the thread can break, but, and at the same time spread the two threads with this hand. Okay. And what you can do is also not be like this, not be vertical, but a little bit tilting towards the audience. Why? Because I need the ring, as it goes up, not to hit my finger like this, but to hit my finger like this. That's why the thread is close to the end of my finger, and that's why I want to tilt like this, because with the gravity, as it goes up, it will, with inertia, I don't know if it's a word, existing word in English, it goes like this, and it will go slightly in front of my finger as it goes up. It won't hit my finger like this. A little bit up front, and it will hit my finger like this, so it will cause the ring to rotate and go on my finger. Okay? So I do it again. It's like this. Okay? You talk about the ring, sorry. You show your finger, and you almost done. Okay, like this. And then, as my hand comes down, it takes the thread back, and maybe back to me, or I keep it here if I need it again, and then I'm free. And you can go on with the routine like Garrett Thomas ring thing. I won't explain because it's already been described, but it goes very well with this. The first sequence is actually the same effect, kind of, with a different method. So you can get people crazy by first going like this, and maybe after like this, and again like this, and they don't know exactly what they saw, and it's funny. And that's it. I hope you like it. Thank you. So I want to talk about a little bit about the fact that with those kind of thread, the one you received in your pack, we talked about the fact that it was a little bit more visible and bigger than what you expect, from a close-up invisible thread. It's almost too visible, I know, but I like it because I only use it in short period of times, and what it allows, this thread, is quite a lot. For example, you can, yes, and also the fact that it's used as a double ITR. When I pull some threads, I actually have two strings, so I can move even, comment on dit lourd, heavier objects, like this. For example, it's like, so it's normal if you see the thread, we put a lot of lighting because it's like explanation time. Okay, don't look. It's a slight slow motion, but light because it's quite heavy. If I take lighter rings, maybe you'll see that the speed is even more slow. But each time I coat the object, I can instantly just let the thread go and leave the object free. So I can make it go down into someone's hand or onto a table or... And so another example of heavy objects is with, for example, the bottle. Okay, you can take the thread and so 2 pieces of thread each time, and you can move quite heavy objects. And now the thread is gone. So again, it's very short period. You can imagine using thread to move around cups and bowls. I'll let you have fun with it, but consider moving bigger object than usual. That's it. Thank you. In close-up. In close-up. Thank you. Now I'm going to show you basic setup how I put the thread into the keys for the slow motion, and how did I put it around the bottle without it being too much obvious. So let's go into it. Okay. So now I have this. I'm going to remove the other one. Okay. So it's like this. I put the ring with my finger through the keyring. I put the thread on my finger and I pull the thread through the keyring. Not all the way, just like this, because I'm going to regrip the keys using my thumb and index finger, putting my thumb in between the 2 threads coming back to me, like this, and I hold everything like this. So now I'm going to have to use my other hand to release the weight, because there is more weight here than in the Venom. Okay, so it will be something like this. I let go, and the Venom gives some thread, but slowly because of the rubber band inside. And when it arrives in my hand, I just let go of the index finger. The thread goes back in the ring, back into my thumb, around my thumb, like this. Okay, and now I'm free. So on the table, it would look like this. It goes down, 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 down. As it touches, I just let go, and the thread comes back to me. And I can do something else, so just let the thread comes back to my chest. So that was for the key, and for example for the bottle, you can, so it's free now, you can play around with the bottle, and as you take the bottle to give it to this hand, at the same time the thread can be taken from this hand with those fingers, like this, and you take the bottle and put it aside, and now you have 2 pieces of thread that can allow you to move the object to your hand, and if you let go, the weight or the rubber bands get the thread back to your chest. So it's not really a routine or effect that I'm transmitting now, it's just the idea of you can try to get to try things with a heavier object than usual. That's what you can expect because of the strongness of the thread and the fact that you have 2 pieces of thread, so it's twice as strong. So maybe cups and bowls where the cups can move, or I don't know. Just wanted to let you consider moving bigger things. Thank you. Je n'étais pas allé au Wharf, je ne connaissais pas le Wharf.
Pour les vacances, c'était
Ouais, pour les vacances avec ma copine.
Ok, ça tourne.
Ok. Donc on va faire un tour de cartes. Je vais ouvrir les cartes, d'accord. et on va étaler les cartes sur la table. Est-ce que tu peux te déplacer, s'il te plaît? Merci beaucoup. Voilà, donc toutes les cartes sont différentes, le jeu est mélangé, etc. Je vais ranger ça, ou je vais le poser là. Est-ce que tu peux prendre les cartes? Je vais te faire un peu de place, d'accord? Je vais te demander de mélanger les cartes. Ok? Et tu vas distribuer dans ma main les cartes par petits paquets. Tu t'arrêtes quand tu veux. Tu vas t'arrêter vers le milieu pour choisir une carte. Donc tu t'arrêtes et tu regardes la carte à laquelle tu t'es arrêté. Donc tu regardes, tu peux la montrer à tout le monde. Moi je ne regarde pas. Et tu vas la poser sur le jeu. D'accord? Le reste des cartes, tu peux mélanger ou tu peux ne pas les mélanger. Peu importe en fait. Et tu les poses par-dessus. Donc tu as quelque part dans le jeu une carte que tu as choisie. D'accord? Je ne sais pas où elle est exactement. Je ne sais pas quelle carte tu as choisie. Peut-être c'est ça. Peut-être c'est ça. Je ne sais pas. Ouvre la main. Je vais laisser toutes les cartes dans le creux de ta main, d'accord? Et on va essayer ça. Je vais juste me concentrer sur le jeu. Concentre-toi sur ta carte. Regarde. Une carte sort. Alors je te laisse vérifier. Est-ce que tu peux dire à voix haute le nom de la carte que tu as dit?
10 de carreau.
Regarde. 10 de carreau, puis tu peux vérifier le reste du jeu pour t'assurer qu'il n'y a pas d'autres 10 de carreau, que tu as vraiment choisi une carte parmi toutes les autres. Super. Okay, so the Haunted deck. It's a basic Haunted deck. It's not very different from previous versions, but the difference would be in the way the spectator chooses his card. Because at the beginning of the effect, the deck is not tricked, or there is no thread here at the beginning of the trick. So the nice thing is you can do the trick kind of on the go. When someone shuffles the cards, if you have the idea to do it, you don't have to set anything up, you just have to get your thread on your thumb. And you're good to go. And you ask the spectator to deal the cards in your hand. They can deal groups of cards if they want to go faster, and you prefer because you want them to stop near the middle. Okay. You gesture with your hand, like look at your card, and in the gesture you take the thread and you place it behind your ring finger. Okay. Look at your card and then you say I don't look, and you turn and you just all your body turn, because if you have to take this only with your arm, people will always see you aim for something. If you just turn everything and this is like a consequence of your movement, it's good. Okay, so you go okay, put it back, and you say, and you can even shuffle the rest of the cards, and I touch him while I do it again like this. And you can even shuffle the rest of the cards. You don't have to, and you put everything back on top. At this point, if you want, you can pause for a moment. Okay, because the trick starts now. Okay, now you can show the cards like this. Okay, or even lift. You have some thread here, and let go. And it would drop like any other card. And then you have two options. First option, you put it like this. And so the thread goes around the card only. Okay. You pull the left thread. Okay. And it will move one card out of the deck. And you get the thread at the end, which retracts, and you end clean. So you can ask them to. So this could happen in their hand, for example. You would put the deck in their hand, go one card would go, and you leave, and you left them with everything. Okay. So that's the first way. Take everything. I get my thread back. Okay. And you can deal the cards. Okay, look at your card, and you can show everybody or not, you choose, and you put it back on the pack. And with the rest of the card, you have the rest of the card, you can shuffle or not. it doesn't make any difference, and you put everything back. Okay. So now you can, how you say, you can repeat everything he did just to rewrite what you want. Say, okay, you took the card, you dealt, you look at one card, you put here, and okay. And it can almost feel like you didn't touch, almost. You just used your hand used as a table, simply. Something like this. Then you have two threads, one on the left and one on the right. The second way is to, as you grab the pack, like this, as you just regrip it, you just put your finger, your thumb between the two threads, and you move the left thread above the pack, and this one under the pack. Okay, let me show you. So it's like this, and it goes above, it goes above the pack, and the other one goes underneath the pack, like this. Okay? So I do the move again, but we'll get a closer view. The idea is like this. Okay? I do this, I do this, I do this. Then I put it. And now, before it was only around the card, now it's around all the pack except the card. It's the negative, the opposite. Okay? So you pull the upper thread, okay? And you can have the card, and it comes back at the end. That's it. Thank you. Okay, so now for the explanation of the linking rings. You ask two spectators to hand you their rings. It's better to have one big ring and heavy one, and a light and a thin one, like this one, or like this one. Okay. So a men's ring and a woman's ring can work, but this is a woman's ring, so forget what I said. One heavy, one light. Okay. And as you ask for the ring, you have to get the heavier one, the first one. Must be the heavier one. So when you have it, you put it on your index finger. You ask for the second one, and you put it as well on the index finger, and you can show the ring. Okay, it's still your ring. Yes, it's still your ring. Okay, I take both rings. As I take them, I put the thread on my finger, on my first finger, index finger, and I pull the thread through the ring with this finger, and immediately I grab the heavy one and I keep this one in this hand. Okay, try to put the stone, if there is a stone on the smaller one, up, because I want the thin part at the bottom. Okay, so the idea is like this. So I put the weight on my lap. Okay, the idea is like this. 1, 2, I let go of the heavy one. Wait, this is coming off. I let go of the heavy one and I grab the light one by the stone. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Okay. Okay, like this. And then I do this motion. Okay. Then I have two ways of unselling them, of unlinking them. First one would be like blowing or snapping your finger or any ritual move and let go of the thread, only the thread, not the first ring, like this. And it just drops. The second one would be, okay, check, check, okay. The second one would be 1, 2, 3. Oops. Now it's linked. Would be to have someone open their hand and say, okay, I'm going to give them both to you. Can you close your hand on everything? And you keep the thread. So as you let go, everything unlink. But they don't know yet. You cast something. And now you have 1 and 2 unlinked ring. Or you can even like pretend to, when they are like this, you can pretend to rub them and slowly by hand just pull them apart. Okay, so that's the linking ring. Thank you. Okay, another idea of different hookup now. So your venoms are still here across your chest, one in each pocket. The idea is to make two twists. So this is one twist, this is another twist. Okay, two twists, and to spread like this. Okay, and before the show or in the offbeat, or I don't know, to move things around, maybe closer to me, I don't have enough thread, and to put it like this. So I have now a kind of a X here, okay, and I can use this to have thing floating like this, okay, and I can take from under, and it's always a nice touch to take something from under, because when it's posé, when it just stay on something, it's like it's not logical to be able to take it from under it, because if it's on something, you can take it from under. I don't know if it makes sense. So it's you can do with cards, for example, like letting. So now it's kind of bouncy, but with the Venom, it kind of takes the shock and goes like this, and it looks like a cushion of air on which you put the card, like this. Okay, you can go like this, and again the cleanup is very easy. You just have to, I don't know, maybe take something from the table, and everything goes back to your chest. Okay, so it's something to play with and to try to find new concepts and new effects or new ways to think about thread, and I hope you like it.
Okay.
One of the things this hookup allows is, for example, for someone to give you her or his ring or any small object that is balanced to put them in your hand, and you can actually, while looking at the object, put the thread under it, but while it's staying on your hand, and then make it float with great stability, and taking it back and just giving it back without apparently setting anything up on the object they give you. So that's, oh, can I see your ring? Oh, what's inside? What's it say? There is something written inside. I can read it. Okay, just take it back. Thank you very much. Can I take your pen or something? You go into something else and it went back into your chest. Okay, thank you. Est-ce que tu peux te déplacer, s'il te plaît? Merci beaucoup. Voilà. Voilà. Je vais retrouver votre carte. Je ne sais pas exactement où elle est là. Tiens, tu peux te déplacer. Merci beaucoup. Alors, je ne sais pas exactement où est votre carte. C'est peut-être par là, elle est peut-être par là, elle est peut-être... I'll show you something quick that and explain it that you can do on the side of any type of effect. If you do coin magic, if you do even mentalism, if you do card magic, it's something fun to do on the side. Meaning you're doing a routine and something happened, and not related to what you're doing. So, example. First, I have to talk about the hookup, because I think you saw this effect in the live performances. The idea is you have one reel inside of a box. For example, it could be a card box, it could be anything that allows the thread to come out and with no friction whatsoever. Okay. So now I have my box here with the thread going to my wallet. Maybe you can see here. Okay. So that means I have a piece of thread here I can use, I can stretch, and if I don't need it, I just do this, and I'm good. Okay. So the effect is like this. Let's say someone took a card. It really doesn't matter, since it could be any type of routine. Even with coins, sometimes I do it, or with mentalism, it works as well. Okay. I shuffle. Okay, and I take the thread with my pinky. Okay. So I can even do all the beginning of my trick with cards with the thread here. It doesn't. It's okay. So it's one card. Put in the deck. I control it, for example, to the top, but this doesn't matter. And I transfer the thread to my other hand. Okay, as I square, for example, and I let this on the table. I drink a little bit, and I put the glass here. Okay, where later it will. Déranger, how do you say? Disturb me, okay? This, but I put it like in the center, okay? Then I take the pack and I speak about the card or about the effect or whatever, and I go to spread the card, but the glass is on the way. So I ask him, please move on the side, thank you very much. So now I don't know where is your card, blah, 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 and you keep going with your effect, not speaking about this, just act as if it were normal. Okay, so I do it again. So it's like this. I have the object. I show a card. I put the card somewhere in the deck, like this. Okay, so I don't know where is the card, and let me drink like this, or you can maybe do this. Okay, I don't know which one of the cards is your card. It's funny, you can find many ways, but the idea is to be able to move an object without working. Okay, the only work is to let go of something. So it's a good moment to act and to pretend you didn't do nothing because it's almost true. Okay. How again? You can. I like to ask by voice for it to move, but you could gesture, you could do anything. But this is the basic idea. It works with any small object and light object like rings, this, maybe the box, it's possible, or the pen, or anything. So I let you have fun with it. Thank you. Bon, Romain, je vous prierai de me rejoindre. Est-ce que tu as sur toi des petits objets, genre, je sais pas, un briquet ou des cigarettes ou quelque chose, ou très bien, stylo. Moi je vais sortir aussi quelque chose. Super, briquet. Et on va disposer, tiens, est-ce que tu peux déboucher le stylo? Et on va poser les objets sur la table, donc tu peux poser le stylo où tu veux, mais voilà, par exemple ici. Je vais mettre l'étui de cartes par exemple, et on va prendre une carte que je vais plier en deux. Voilà. Hop. Et que je vais poser ici. Très bien, donc on a 4 objets. D'accord, il y en a un que tu vas choisir. Donc moi je vais faire défiler ma main le long des objets, et tu vas me dire stop à un moment. Donc je fais comme ça. Stop. Ok. C'était le briquet. Ouais, c'est ça. D'accord. Alors concentre-toi sur le briquet. D'accord, on va essayer une chose. Je me recule un peu. Regarde. Il reste que le briquet debout, c'est bien ça que tu avais choisi. Le briquet, alors on va le refaire. Tiens, reprends tous les objets et tu vas poser n'importe où le paquet de cartes. Donc, par exemple, je vais mettre ça ici, je peux mettre ça là, par exemple, ceci. Voilà. Et cette fois, on va faire l'inverse. Peut-être, est-ce que tu veux rajouter quelque chose? Tiens, on peut rajouter un autre objet, on pourrait rajouter une cigarette. Là, on n'a pas de cigarette, mais bon, je vais rajouter une deuxième carte, par exemple, pour donner encore plus de choix, peut-être. Voilà. Et tu vas me laisser un seul objet cette fois. D'accord? Donc, quel est le premier objet que tu veux éliminer?
Le briquet.
Eh bien, prends. Le briquet. Ben, quel objet tu veux éliminer? On enlève le capuchon. On enlève un autre objet. Super. Et Ben, qu'est-ce qu'on laisse? On laisse la carte. Tu peux enlever la... Ok. Je vais me concentrer. Et tiens, quand tu veux, Romain, tu dis tombe.
Tombe.
Ça marche. Tu peux la prendre. Merci d'avoir joué. Merci d'avoir joué, Ben. Okay, now the explanation. This is the hookup. You have to have one reel inside one of your stuff. Now it's my wallet. It could be a purse, it could be an empty box of cards. Not empty. You would have to have some weight inside, so the card box wouldn't move. And the idea is to... yes, also something else. An object that you will get out from your pocket later on, or on your lap, or in your pocket. And I have a pen or a pencil, and the idea is to use it as a hook. I'm sitting on it. Imagine this is the chair. The pen is that way. I'm sitting on it, and there is some of the pen sticking out from my thigh. And why? Because later on I will be taking the thread and I will be hooking it on the pen. Okay, so I can do stuff and get it back later on. Okay, so tack, tack. This is here. Okay, and this is slightly towards my back, so I know the thread won't come off. Okay, come like this. First step is to ask everybody to take out from their pocket various objects, small objects, light objects. You need light objects, like a lighter could work, a pen could work, an object that could fall, easily fall, like a pen. If I put it like this, nothing could make it fall. The same, a cigarette, a straw, a pack of cigarettes, an empty box of playing cards as well. That's what I'll be taking out from my pocket. So, light objects. As you ask everyone to go in their pockets and look for objects, you take this and you put it here. Okay? Speaking. And you grab the thread. Okay, I explained this better. As I take this, or you can take it with this hand, it's better. So you can grab the thread and keep it here as you put this here. Okay, so it's just you move one object, but in the process you now have the thread in your hand. Okay, you're going to transfer it to your other hand just by putting your hand on the thread. Okay, and remove here by taking one of the objects someone gives you, for example. Okay, and you say, okay, I have something also I'm going to take out, and you actually take the thread, hook it on the pen, and take out a box of cards, for example. Maybe I forgot to tell you something. I have a little piece of wax on my thumb here. Okay, and I'm going to stick it to the base of one of the objects, for example the lighter in this case. Okay, so I put it here and I say, okay, we're going to make a line with the object, and I put the lighter. I will force later on about 70% of the way between the two threads. Okay, I will have 4 objects and I want it to be the third one for the force. Okay, so I'm like this. Okay, I put this, I put, for example, this and this. Okay, so now I have all my objects on the table. This one is sticking to the table actually. Okay, and now I'm going to force this one. How do I force? I'm going to say to the audience, I'm going to go like this with my hand, and at any point anyone can say stop. And I say anyone because it's I think it's easier to get anyone to say stop on the right one than to have one particular person to say stop at the right time. So anyone can say stop. Someone say stop. Okay, okay, stop. Which object did you stop me at? You pretend you don't really know, so he has to actually say it with his mouth. The lighter. Oh, you want the lighter? Okay. Let's try with the lighter. I'm actually getting the thread from my hook. Okay. I'm pitching it between my 2 fingers. And now I'm going to let the thread go. Okay. But how do I have to let it go? I have to let it go above, on the upper part of the object. Because, for example, this, the card box, if I let the thread go on its base, I don't think it will fall. I know it won't fall actually. Maybe it will move a bit, but it won't fall. So I need to get my hand up, okay? Not too high or the thread will go over the object, but high enough so it hits the object in their upper parts, okay? And okay, you choose the lighter. Let's try. Everything falls except for the lighter. And now I have the thread still on the lighter here, okay? So it's a good thing. That means I don't have to go all the way here to get it back, okay? And actually I just need to touch one object like, oh, you didn't choose this or this, and during the gasps and the reaction of the audience, you just touch the object and you get your thread back, okay? You get your thread back and you're going to stick it back to your hook, okay? As you move your chair or something, okay? And now you're going to dispose again all the objects. You take out the lighter, you remove the wax from underneath it, and you just put them back like this. And you say, okay, we're going to do it again, but this time a bit differently. People can help you, the audience can help you to dispose the object again, because this time it doesn't need to be in a straight line. It could be random places. Random places in this triangle, okay? Not over the thread and not over the objects, okay? So manage them for them to feel they can put it where they want, but it's actually here in front of you on the table, okay? So let's try the other side. It doesn't work. What are those cards anyway? Up. No. No. Wait. This is the hard moment of the routine. Okay, so things are laid on the table, okay? And now I ask the audience to take the objects but leave one object to me. So we do the same kind of effect, but this time they will let one object on the table, and this is the object you will make, you'll touch, okay, with the thread. So for example, one would remove the lighter, okay? And by removing, I mean they can really take it themselves, not name it and you remove, they take it themselves. That's a good convincer that everything is just normal, basic objects on a table. And during this time, you can, of course, take your thread and put your hands on your lap and wait. Another one is just removed, another one is just removed. And now, because it's very light, for example, if I had the pack of cards, maybe I would have to be careful hitting in the upper part. But I know this is very light, so I can even release the thread from under the table, okay, to give something like this, which is good because I don't move. But you can also, for example, if you want people to see your hand, put your hand on the table and just, the thread is pinched now between my ring and index finger, and I could just release slightly, and it's no movement. I won't do it with a snap. I just count 1, 2, 3, and now the object falls. Or I could, I don't know, have someone from a far distance blow on it, or maybe from this part because it will go. He blows, or ask a spectator to say go or anything. Or yeah, this one is good also. Like this, kind of a cartoon mentalism effect. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoy it and you will use it. Thank you. Let's talk about indirect effect with thread, indirect thread use. So you have direct thread use when you actually see the object moving or flying, or you see the action of the thread on the object. Indirect thread use is when you don't see the action in real time of the thread on the object. You see more of a result, of the result of the use. Okay. So, for example, you may know Finn Jones' Vanish, great magician, of a coin, where he puts a coin here and he focuses, and the coin disappears, and it's not here, and it's back into his hand. I'm going to show you 3 effects. One change with rings, one change of a ring for another, a vanish, and 2 productions. Okay, first the production. We'll use a hookup we already know. Is the flying ring hookup, this effect hookup. Okay, so you have your ring on the finger, you put the thread on your finger, you put it through the ring, okay, and you have one thread on top of your thumb, one thread below your thumb. If I let go of the ring, it will be pulled by the lower string along the upper string, like this. Okay. The idea is to do the same thing, but from under the table to above the table, to on the table. Okay, I'll show you. So I go sideways, if I can say, and I pretend I show my hand empty, and I try to catch something. No. No. And I try. Yes. Yes. I did catch something. And that's your ring. Oh, I'm sorry. Here is your ring back. Okay. But the idea is to just let go, and the good thing is the use of the thread. You are sure with the thread that the ring will go at the very fingertips. So it's a very beautiful production to see an empty hand, and you can really try to pinch with 2 fingers, and to catch it like this at the very fingertips. Okay, that's an example of indirect thread use. Another example would be this one. So you have ring. You do the same. Okay, and then you take both threads in your thumb. Okay, I don't know how to say this part, but here. So you can block the thread in a way. Okay, you let the coin fall, and you are going to pretend to grab it back. Okay, but actually putting it in back clip, but a special kind of back clip. Okay, as you go down, the thread is getting, I don't know how to say in English, but untensed, I guess. And as you pretend to take it, you actually let it fall in between your fingertips. Now you see, because it's kind of an effect to see from above, okay? Like all deep back clips sequence. I pretend to take the ring, I pretend to turn it invisible, okay, for example, and I put it in the glass. Cling, 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 cling. Okay, I cover it up with the glass. So now it's actually like this. I'm in this setting. The thread is around my index finger. It goes on top of my hand. The thread. It's only the ring that goes under. That means if I spread my hand, the ring comes back on the hand. Okay, it's like a very easy production from the back clip, like this. Okay, so you can actually do it with your hand naked, if I could say, but a good idea would be to do it like this. I put a glass on top, okay, and at the moment I put the glass on top, my index finger retracts, okay, so the thread is removed from around my index finger, and at the same time I have to press the thread against the edge of the glass, okay, so it doesn't retract, because if it retracts, the ring falls, okay. So I come here, I put it on top, and now I push with my index finger the thread against the edge of the glass, okay. And now I'm going to shake a little bit, and the ring is going to go up into the glass, and at the moment it's in the glass, I can release the pressure with my index, and the thread will go back to me. Okay, it looks like this, something like this. So now I have the ring inside, and I can give it back. Okay, so that's another example of indirect thread use. And the last is a change of a ring for another ring, or for anything else, actually. It could be a ring for a coin or something. Let's pretend I put my ring in my pocket. Okay, for example, I put my ring in my pocket. I grab the string. Okay, so now I have the string here, and no rings here, because I did keep it in my finger palm. So I play with my ring, I put it in my pocket, and I get the thread. okay? And I ask someone for a ring, and I transfer the thread to this thumb, okay? Someone give me the ring, I remove, okay? So now I'm again in the same setting as the flying ring, okay? It's again a flying ring. Previously I did it as a production like this, okay? And now I'm going to do it as a ultra fast lapping, okay? When I lap, or I let it fall, or I have to toss it some way. But now with the thread, you don't have to toss it. You can just let it fall very, very quickly. Look, you see? It falls very quickly, okay? So, very quickly. So, okay, of course this doesn't work as a vanish, but imagine if I pretend to toss it on the table, so I do this tossing motion, okay? Maybe I can pretend, like this, for it to go. It's not enough yet. That's why it's a good idea to have, wait, I have a small problem. First time it happens, second time it happens. Okay, okay, I'm good. Okay, so back to the routine. I have the ring here, okay, in my finger palm. I just hooked the thread onto the ring. I put my hand, I go sideways, I put my hand on my lap, and I'm actually waiting for the ring, and I'm going to toss the content of my hand, everything on the table, okay? And the trajectory my hand begin to give will be finished by the secret ring, okay? So it gives something like this. Oops, should toss it too far, thank you. Okay, let me try it again. So that's, I have the ring, okay? I take the ring. Is this your ring? Yes, yes. I'm going to toss it on the table. Oops. And now it's my ring. If my ring is here, that means in my pocket I have your ring, and you can give the ring back, or you can even load it into a wallet or an envelope or anything. But the idea with the thread is the very change, the moment it changes. Let me do it once again because I'm not sure the last one was very neat. So it's like this. This is 1, 2, 3, and now it did change. And the ring is now on my finger. Okay, that's examples. I hope you enjoy it and you want to search and to find new ways to use the thread. Thank you. Okay, let me share with you a quick effect that Theo Tim Martins showed to me. He's working on the design and on the Venom ITR. The idea is this. You'll be happy if you bought the pack with only one Venom, because this trick works with one Venom, okay? So it's here in the pocket, and it goes up up, 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 in my shirt here, okay, behind my shirt. Okay, and I have a ring at my first index finger, okay. I put the thread on top, so now I have the ring and the thread like this, and I'm going to slide the ring out of my finger, leaving the thread on my finger, okay, like this, and gripping this, okay. So that means the thread goes here, in the ring, above my finger, back inside the ring, and behind my neck, okay. So the idea, I show you something. If I open like this, if I get my hand away from me, the ring goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, okay. If I go away, it goes up. If I come closer to me, it goes down. And the work of this trick is to try to give the feeling that the ring is not moving, like this, by spreading the fingers at the same time as I come close to me. Okay. So if I come close to me too fast, it will touch my thumb. If I go not fast enough, you can see it's attached to this. So actually the thing is you have to open this as quickly, you have to lift this as quickly as the ring goes down. So as quickly as you come towards yourself with your whole hand. Okay. Like this. And like this. And then you let go of the thread and the ring is free and you can give it back or put it back on if it's yours. And that's the trick Theo showed me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, to conclude, I'd like to thank you for supporting us by purchasing the DVD and the ITR, the Venom. And I'd like to thank the team of Magifactory. Thank you guys for allowing me to join them for this project. As you saw, what we share in this DVD is our routines, effects, and just ideas also, unfinished ideas. And what we really want is for you to make it your own, to try new things, new possibilities by changing the tension and try things that you haven't tried before with the invisible thread reel, mechanical invisible thread reel, and to share with us what you think about the DVD, the tool, whether it's a good positive feedback or a negative feedback. We want the feedback, and to know what you've been trying new and what you've been finding maybe, and that's it. Thank you very much.
So just subtlety concerning the hookup. There are many ways to use the Venom. And me, I use a safety pin, 2 safety pins for put the Venom like that. Okay, because I don't get any pocket. That is one hookup, and you can do another one. First, you can put the 2 Venom like that together, and now you are in safety position because you don't want to use the thread anymore. You just do that, and when you want to do another trick, you can put it again. Another hookup in the pocket if you don't have any jacket. You have just to put the Venom in the pocket, like that. And now you are set up to use it, because the thread go just here, and you can do all the trick. For example, this one. Okay. And the last one, you have just to put the thread under the head, and now you can use it, because the thread go by this way and this way. Okay. And now you are ready to do another trick. So I just want to share that with you. Thank you.
A little tip, guys, about the thread on your Venom ITR, the thread that Arthur used. He have a little particularity. When you put no tension on it, it make waves, okay? Little waves like that. If you don't want to use the locking system on the spool, okay, with this thread, we advise you to put some wax on the spool like that, to prevent an occasionally lock of the thread, because these little waves can lock the thread very occasionally, but it prevents with this little tip if you want to use the hookup of Arthur and his thread. Thank you. Another tips, guys, concerning the ball bearing speed. When you just receive your reel, don't do that. Don't pull the thread and let it go like that, because maybe the wax ball can eject. Okay. In normal situation, it never happens, because the thread slow down with your skin, your jacket, your dress in general. But this is a complete unnatural thing. Okay. In normal situation, you don't do that. So don't do that.
So in addition to the explanation of Arthur concerning the travel of a ring, I just want to share with you a little subtlety. It concerns the heavier ring. So if you do it with the heavier ring, you can see a little movement of the ring like that, and is quite bad. So if you do just 2 loops around the finger, you can see the movement of the ring really linear. So I just want to show you with the white thread. So the normal way to do it. Okay, you can see the ring, and with 2 loops, 1 and 2. The movement is much better. Okay, I can show you one more time. 1 and 2. Okay, and now you take the ring, and it's better. Okay, thank you.
A little important part about the customization point of your Venom. The band that's come in your package is this one by Preston Innovations. You can find it on many fishing shops or on internet. It's in latex, so you can't strip it, but it's very good with the thread that come in your package. But it's important to say that because you can customize your ITR whenever you want with a more stronger thread band, like this one or this one. You can try with stronger band, with more large band, to do various effects like effect without invisible thread, like a reel with a handkerchief through glass, for example. You can use your Venom with a visible thread too, okay? Pretty visible. So you have just received, in addition, this kind of band. And you can strip it, okay? Is in nylon and 0.04 millimeters. And if you want to use more thinner thread and fragile thread, we recommend to strip and make your own band to use it. Because with this kind of band, the thread will break, okay? Because there is two more retraction on it, and with this kind of stripping thread you can customize your ITR whenever you want in function of the thread that you use. So we invite you to try and discover new concepts and new possibilities with this kind of thing. Thank you.
Okay, so the setup is very easy. You just pull the thread, okay, you put your elbow inside, okay, then you take with your right hand and you go like this, okay, okay, okay. And now you're all set to go. The thread is going this way, okay, and you're ready for the effect. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Exactement. Exactement.
Il est top celui-là, il est vraiment top.
C'est pas dur en fait.
Il est top.
T'as failli bouffer un exactement, ouais. Je suis vraiment kiffé.